It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. As always, we want to remind you that the Shop Report, of course, is being brought to you by the fine folks over at Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, or you can go to the website rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And to make sure when you're there, while you're there, tell them the BSJ sent you. Joining me on the P-Rogram today is none other than my cat from the NYC. I shouldn't even show this video because the first, look at, behind the back. None other than my cat. Brother Rich, what's happening? I was give you the button, but okay, yeah, we'll give you the button. What's happening, man?
First and foremost, I'm glad that Mr. Jones allowed us to be on this platform today, where there's cowboy mania going on in the world on HBO. Allowed us to use the brand on the show today because you, a great cowboy, the lead cowboy representative, is allowed to be on the program with us and run the program today. So I'm certainly honored to be allowed to be on this platform. I'm humbled to be on the platform as always. So I'm just happy to be here.
It never fails. 30 seconds into the show and you got to get a button. I'm going to get that on the shirt. Okay, I'm going to get that on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Rich's fantastic soliloquies brought to you by nobody. And on the other side of the ledger, we got my man from up north, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people, stop messing with the buttons. What you say? What's happening?
You ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
No. All right. Yeah. See what I'm saying? The guy goes to NASCAR, a NASCAR event. Okay. They even let him put the fuel in one of the cars. Why? I don't know. They call him Little Pyro back up the way. And, they were letting him handle the gas station. And now he comes with the one-liner. You know what I'm saying? The NASCAR one-liner. Okay, it's all good, Bobby Labonte. Absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah, and we should have a special guest joining us. He is trying to get together some of his technical difficulties. Sometimes that happens on these platforms or not. But until then, until we can get my man TJ in, hopefully, we will begin the show. The first item up for bid, of course, or the only item up for bid in this particular P-Rogram, is our continuing coverage for the upcoming NFL season and the NFL divisional preview. This actually is the last of the divisional previews, and today we are previewing none other than the AFC and the NFC West. We will start with the AFC. What happened? What happened? Okay, right quick, I just want to say, the Browns, of course, won a second preseason game. The second of three. Right, yeah. Don't do that, though. Don't do that, Double J. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I need you to drink some water. Okay. Yeah, but I'll tell you this. Going into this season, here we go. Yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He's expecting this. Here we go. Listen
you
up.
Ready? You ready? You sure you? Disco Club 54. Oh, is that 4 or 5? Sorry. Yeah. You do the math. 3 + 5 is 22. Okay. That's for you. I just want to say right quick about the Browns, even though we already talked about the AFC North, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny how we already covered divisions, but yet and still y'all keep revisiting the divisions. It's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? There's two things I'm expecting from the Browns this season. I want the Browns to do well. I really do. I know y'all don't believe that, but I really do. I want the offense to convert third downs. I said two things, but it's three things. How many fingers I got up? Boy, I can't count today for some reason. Yeah, I want the offense to convert third downs. I want the defense to get off the field on third downs. And I also want the defense to be better at diagnosing those short intermediate passes out to the flats and so on and so forth, and go ahead and making the tackle. Because I saw a few things against the Giants today that I did not like. I know it was the 8 stringers and so on and so forth. You know, Myles Garrett and all them guys was chilling, but still, you know what I mean? Joe Woods, this bud's not for you. All right, so let's get into some of our AFC West divisional discussions. And of course, the AFC West consists of, I don't know if I did this for the other divisions, but sometimes my mind be slipping, like the transmission on a 68 Buick that's been sitting in the garage for 30 years. All right. The Broncos, Double J's favorite team. Brother Rich, who are you rooting for this week? The Chiefs, the Kansas City Cleveland Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Browns. I'm just okay. I just want to let the 6 or 7 follows out there, and we appreciate all.
I'm clear. I'm clear.
You clear on? You sure? Okay, all right. Well, help me out then. I mean, I see you in the background. Who you clear on? Kobe and what I'm saying. My man Nipsey. It's all to the good. That's an LA thing. I ain't mad at you. But when it comes to this football thing, boy, you're all over the place. I'm trying to tell you, like the Rhythm Music Association.
I don't even understand what you mean, sir. Why don't you edify? Why don't you clarify for the listeners that they may understand? Because you're speaking a foreign language. Because I've been very clear. Check the, as we say on this program. Check the tape, sir.
No, run through the tape, Kenny. Run through the tape.
Check the tape.
Okay, you want clarification? Well, here's clarification. How's this for some clarification?
All right.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah. Yay. No. Okay. Anyway, the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chieftains, the LA, Oakland / Alameda County Raiders. I mean, because who knows where they're going to be moving next week, especially seeing that new stadium look like a toilet seat. And, of course, the San Diego, LA, Dallas Chargers. Yay! You know what I'm saying? Because, again, like Brother Rich, they all over the place. It's all good, though. So, Double J, we'll start with you, seeing how you just came back from France. How was France, by the way? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Magnifique.
Yeah, Babarinskio. Okay, got you. Now, here's what's interesting. Excuse me. If you all could bear with me for 1 second, I'm going to kind of slide out the view of the camera here right quick. Hold on. Because I should have already had this ready. That's my fault. I'll give myself a button. It wasn't what you thought. Bear with me. Okay. The first time when we first, of course, did the divisional previews, I showed you this publication, right? Lindy Sports, Pro Football, right. And you see who's on the cover, right? Yeah. Well, throughout the publication, as it goes and breaks down each division and so on and so forth, there's a sports writer assigned to various teams within a division. And here's the one I found very interesting. The AFC West was discussed or written or spoken by, however you want to put that, Tony Grossi, of all people. Do you know who Tony Grossi is? Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting here looking at the magazine. I'm like, why does Tony Grossi, a Cleveland Browns reporter, having his say about the AFC West? But anyway, Double J, which divisional foe in this AFC West is capable of dethroning Brother Richard's Kansas City, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Browns, Chiefs?
Well, if
one
were capable of doing such a thing, it would be the San Diego, Los Angeles Superchargers.
Oh, okay. No. You can't just leave that right there. Oh, no. You got to elaborate on that. Because that was far-fetched. It really was. Boy, talk about DB Cooper on the scene. Talk about jumping out of a plane at 52,000 feet with no parachute. My gosh, where's the money? Coop.
Here's the thing. They addressed some of the biggest issues on that team. They got very much what will be determined as either trash or treasure, or very much fool's gold, potentially, if you will, at the quarterback position, by way of course, the team doctor puncturing someone's lung last year. So, nevertheless, one way or the other, we found out that the young man from Oregon is the real deal. Now, what he needed very much so was some offensive line help.
Okay, hold that thought. That thought. So you say he's the real deal, and I don't disagree with that. But isn't it not commonplace for us to wait maybe in the third year? Because most rookie quarterbacks go through a sophomore slump, right?
Correct. But this is why I'm suggesting that the needs that were ultimately addressed by the team, because this is where sometimes teams can get a little bit arrogant and suggest that, okay, if we know we can get this type of production out of that particular skill player, we're going to address other needs on the other side of the ball rather than filling offensive line needs. Because if you recall, one of the things that held them back, I believe they had lost 6 or 7 games by one possession, which is the difference of not only just being a top 5 draft pick, but literally being a playoff team. So what does it take to change those? And one of the struggles that they had last year was moving the football on the ground by way mainly of injury, where they had went through their second and third within the depth chart at the running back position. So to be able to now say you have a new center and a new right tackle, you're suggesting that with the receiving core that they have now, don't get me wrong, they lost Hunter Henry, but
I was going to mention that. Excuse me.
He was not as prominent in the offense as some of the other players that would be that were looked through when it came to the progressions that Mr. Herbert would make.
Okay, got you. So you're saying that Herbert, in so many words, Herbert will leapfrog a sophomore slump year.
Here's the thing: all they need him to do is match his production of the previous season. That's the difference, because what I'm not asking him to do, and this is where I believe the sophomore slump concept came from, is that we're expecting a quantum leap in production year over year, it's not necessarily a slump that needs to take place. And so because of that general rationale forces this, we know football is also a psychological game.
Yeah.
You can just, put in your little Giants tape and you'll hear it's 50, you hear that young man say 50% mental. And so,
that was a great movie, by the way, along with The Sandlot, but go ahead.
And so with that being said, it puts quarterbacks in these positions to try to overachieve. This is one of those unique circumstances to say, all we need you to do is exactly what you did a year before. Nothing more, nothing less.
All right.
You do that. Fair. I believe that we've adjusted and made enough adjustments positively that we'll get the type of results we're looking for this time around.
That's fair. Brother Rich, who in this division, the AFC West, same question, is capable, in your opinion, of dethroning your Kansas City Browns, Baltimore, Brooklyn Dodgers? I'm sorry, Chiefs. Sorry. I just got beside myself.
Well, football wise, I would have to agree with everything Double J said. That's a shock. No, I have to agree with him. He laid out the case. You want me to disagree with the facts just because he said it? No, I'm going to agree. He says the truth. I'm going to agree with it just because I like him and that's my boy. I'm not going to agree with him just because it's my boy. If he says something that's the truth, I agree with him. This is why. But here's
you disagree with me, and I'm your boy.
All the time. But here's
okay. I'm the grandfather then, huh? Okay.
That's the beauty of it.
I got seniority.
Okay. And when you're even tighter with, you can really tell them what's really up. You know what I mean? Is he? So here's the thing. Here's the way my answer would not be that team. My answer would be not a team. My answer would be injury. Because I believe the only thing that derails the Chiefs getting back to some point of playing for some form of some championship is injury. Let's keep it real. If this team is still together, this team is more motivated. Patrick Mahomes is definitely motivated now. He's motivated to get back. He's not the kind of player, obviously, that's had a taste of success and is happy with that. He's ready to go do this again. He wants to get another taste. That team, that coach has something to prove. We talked about it on the show. That team still has something to prove because they have the potential to be dynastic. So here we're talking about a team that is the core pieces are still there. So they are on a collision course if they remain healthy, absent major injury. They're on a collision course to see the end of this season and be in somebody's championship.
Yeah, I won't argue that. Excuse me. Again, barring injury.
Yeah,
they have the components to be, as you so eloquently put, dynastic, or to be a dynasty, and in large part because of Patrick Mahomes. And I like Andy Reid too, though. You know what I mean? He himself has gone through a lot of off the field things. You know what I mean? It's well documented. We don't have to go into details there, but to maintain and to stay the course and to maintain that focus, you know, that takes a lot of fortitude, so to speak. You know, because some people have who've experienced, not literally, but maybe something similar to, you know, they've come completely unraveled, and understandably so. You know what I mean? So for him to, because, you know, being in the NFL is a big deal, number one, and then to be a coach at that level, you know what I mean, and to have all eyes on you, so to speak, not maybe to the tune of a Bill Belichick, but Andy Reid is right there in that same room. You know what I mean? So there's a pressure there, you know. So for him to basically his demeanor to remain steady throughout all of that.
Jay, you really think so, though? Compared to where would you say that the pressure was higher? Him to get the first ring with the roster that he had?
No.
Or what you're suggesting now?
No, I'm just saying in general, the pressure from the court of public opinion. We all see what's going on with Deshaun Watson and such. You get what I'm trying to say? You know how and reporters. Matter of fact, oh shucks, what's his name? Dan Patrick just came out so much and said what the media is. Did you see that, Brother Rich? What I sent you? You know what I'm saying? You know, they just, you know, they it's all about likes for them. So, Brother Rich, you heard me say, and my man TJ, I see you on the screen there. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring you in. Yeah, we got my man TJ coming up. It's all good. But Brother Rich, I've long since said, the media, the sports media, they ask DAQs, DAQs, dumb asked questions.
Yes, indeed.
The court of public opinion gives no weight to a credence to a guy like me because I ain't Stephen A. making $10 million. That to me is superficial and narrow-minded. You know what I mean? Truth don't matter how much money you make if it's true. You get what I'm saying? I've sat in rooms, word is bond, where after Browns games in particular, William Green and Lee Suggs were being interviewed at a Dave & Buster's out here way back when they were on the team. And I sat and listened to a guy say, I'm going to ask him this. See, because they're trying to get, in other words, pardon my little sidebar. Sorry, y'all.
No. You're making
my rant.
What you're saying is very important.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I've had I've sit there listening to reporters say, in other words, on this side of the table, we're the ones with the intelligence and the intellect, but those guys are just really dumb jocks. You understand what I mean? So I'm going to ask them this.
Them for being rich. They hate them oftentimes for being black. They hate them for having gotten wealthy so quick, having more generational wealth than their families will ever have. And so they want to get them in a I got you thing. And that's why people don't understand why Naomi Osaka hates the press.
Exactly.
Kevin Durant hates the press. Kyrie Irving hates the press because they want to play
Marshawn Lynch.
And Marshawn Lynch hates the press. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And Rasheed Wallace hated the press because they play with these young men in an emotional state when they just got out of a game or they're frustrated because this, or they know the referee called the unjust foul on them, or it was a political flag they got in the game, or it was a bad call, and then they taunt them and play with them and investigate them and ask them set-up questions. And that's what you're saying is that's why Naomi Osaka said the press gives me mental health problems. Yes, because you all affect my mental health. So what you said is absolutely great.
And let me bring my my cat in here, TJ.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up? Oh, man.
Partner life, man.
Yeah, I mean, TJ, we can hear you and we can see you, but we can't see you. But we're going to go ahead and roll with, okay, I can see you a little better now. Yeah, you know, me and you're going to have to talk after the fact. And this is one of my young sports colleagues and associates that I work with. His intelligence when it comes to sports is really lightweight, off the charts. That's why I wanted to invite him here to the show today. So again, we'll give him an applause.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's all good. Come on now. You know how we get down. But yeah, Brother Rich, I'm with you at the end of the day. You know, so, and I mentioned, and you know, for me, it always comes back to reading. See, a lot of the people that got a lot to say don't read. No, they don't even read the nutritional facts on the back of the stuff they be eating half the time. But they always got the most to say. But at the end of the day, in the book Bernie Kosar wrote, "Learning to Scramble," I forget what the chapter title is, but he talks about. He said, and Bernie Kosar was well respected in a lot of circles. You know, he had a lot to do when him and Joe Montana and them got together back then. You know, they put together something about the quarterbacks in the NFL. I forget the details of it. But he said, I think all athletes should be allowed a cool down period. Fact. You're asking a human being. I agree. You're asking a human being who has just imagine the whole world is watching in the Super Bowl and you drop the winning touchdown.
Jay, what did Bernie Kosar say? I remember there was a quote specifically in that of what he related it to, just playing versus the time that he was then asked questions specifically.
Yeah, and I don't have the book here in front of me, and I wish I would. I didn't know he was going to go down this road in that regard. But Double J, shame on you.
Really?
For trying to test my memorization skill. I just told the people and this panel that my memory is like the transmission of a 68 Buick. It's constantly, that's been sitting in the garage. It's constantly slipping. And here you going to throw something at me. Don't you even think about it. I don't know what Bernie said, okay? All I know is I remember that part. Shame on you. TJ, we come to you and ask you this question. Hello, yeah, all right. I see my man right there. So
what's going on?
We, of course, talking about the AFC West and our divisional preview. Which divisional foe in the AFC West do you believe is capable of dethroning the Kansas City Chiefs?
You said the AFC?
The AFC West. The AFC West.
Nah, I don't see it. But the Chargers probably most likely.
Once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the 12 followers we have out there, once again, thank you. But as you all can see, the viewers that can see, there's collusion here. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, there's collusion. Okay, it's always
collusion.
Hold on. Why is it collusion?
Because I feel like Bruce Lee in this moment. 1 on 12. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but that's okay though. You know what I'm saying? Black Belt Jones,
who
baby.
Do you think who is the other team like
that could dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West?
Yeah.
I don't think it's nobody, but I'm just saying somebody got to argue the negative. Y'all seen the Great Debaters? Y'all seen the movie? You know what I'm saying? Seeing how, listen, we come on this platform every week. 5 of y'all, even though it only be 2, but 5 y'all talk like it's 5 of y'all. You arguing the affirmative. I got to argue the negative.
If I got to give you somebody else, I say injuries.
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
How do the young people put up the emojis? Putting up the 2 hands. I give up, man. Okay. Take the tape.
No,
check
run through the
tape.
Oh gosh, run through the tape, Kenny. Okay, so because of that, here's what's interesting: that you all agree and have never met this young man.
Check the tape.
TJ, you know I gotta have some words for you after this show, because you ain't doing to them what you try to do to me. You know
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh, okay.
By the time the show is finished, I'll have him understanding that Kobe is the second GOAT.
Okay, wow. I don't know about that. I don't know if you change his mind on that. This is that.
Hold on. Hey, be rich. Kobe the second GOAT after Michael Jordan?
Always out of doubt. No discussion after that.
No, I'm saying because Jordan is number 2. So how is Kobe the second?
Jordan is number 2 to who?
No.
You mean Jordan? No. He don't want to curse, so he's saying Jordan had to do number 2. He didn't say Jordan is number 2. Come on, we respect the young man. Come on.
Listen.
No, we're gonna have that discussion at a later date. Yes, see what I'm saying? Yes, I knew this was gonna be kind of fire today. I appreciate y'all, but yeah, TJ, I definitely bring you back on when you get some lighting better. But we're gonna continue the things here. Oh my gosh, this is so.
Be rich. I love Kobe though. I'm just gonna squeeze that in. I love Kobe, but
no, you don't.
Kobe is your favorite player's favorite player. So you should love him.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll give you the button on that, brother Rich. I will. Although
we're gonna save that one though, I guess.
Yeah. TJ, we're gonna stay with you on this one. Although it was just preseason, I got somebody picking up some noise in the background. Somebody's talking there. Somebody got a TV or something on? Hello? Yes, background. Thank you very much. Although it was just preseason, the Broncos' run game looked eyebrow-raising against the Vikings. The question mark, true or false, is Drew Lock. What say you, TJ?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I had interruption. Some virus protection.
Okay,
Say it
got
again.
you. Yeah. Although it was just the preseason, the Broncos' run game looked eyebrow-raising against the Vikings. True or false? The question mark, though, in regards to the Broncos, is Drew Lock.
It's a lot of question marks for the Broncos, and it's preseason, so I haven't even paid no attention to the Broncos. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. That's not nice. Brother Rich, is Drew Lock a question mark for the Broncos in regards to this AFC West?
Well, the young man told us, and he's absolutely correct. The Broncos have, here's the question. The Broncos have questions in their leadership. There's a question as to whether Elway is the person to lead that franchise. There's some discussion as to whether Peyton Manning is going to take over that job at some point in time or another, or whether he has his eyes on something else. So then they have tried to have a quarterback who will be the leader of that team, and that absolutely they believe they may have found that man, but of course that has to be tried and tested in the regular season. That's Denver.
Right,
we know that climate plays a huge role up there.
Yeah, well,
we know that
true.
all of that factors in. So you got to really try that out in a real state. You got to try that out in Cleveland on a Sunday evening when it's winter time and it's 1 degree below zero.
Hey, and if you out there don't believe that whole climate thing in Denver is a big deal, ask Ryan Clark.
Facts.
Ryan Clark had some sort of blood disorder, if I remember correctly, and when the Steelers played there, he couldn't play.
Facts.
And if he ever did, it was very minimal. You know what I mean?
He never played up there.
Yeah, that climate thing is definitely a real deal. Double J, a real issue. Double J, same thing to you. Is Drew Lock the question mark? And if not, who is or what is surrounding the Broncos?
No, when you look at that team and understand that they've been outscored 263 to 176, the problem more so is rather than defense means a lack of an efficient offense. The fact that it was that close and they've had 4 losing seasons out of the past 5 years since the Super Bowl victory, it really tells you everything. It really is a true identification of what that team's made of. And the addition of Teddy Bridgewater suggests that, as to your question, which is Drew Lock the problem, we will find out likely sooner, in my opinion, rather than later, because Teddy Bridgewater is likely. I expect him to be playing by week 4, to be honest.
I was going to say week 1. To
Whoa,
tell you the truth.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm saying, week 1. Teddy Bridgewater, I think he's underrated. I won't say he's elite or nothing like that, but I like Teddy Bridgewater. That injury really. Yeah, you think? Oh, whoa! Did somebody just agree with me?
We agree with you all the time.
Yeah, you just don't want to acknowledge
No.
Aren't you a Kobe fan? Don't we agree on the fact about Kobe?
Oh, stop it!
No. Don't you agree on the fact about Kobe? Don't you agree with Kobe's standing?
Listen. What's already understood need not be
explained. So they don't say we never agree with you.
Okay, no. Don't
agree with you. The Cowboys are the greatest franchise in the history of sports.
See, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Okay that the Miami Hurricanes were flying to Columbia every weekend, partying, and then coming back and playing football. We don't agree with that. But other than that, we don't agree with that Pittsburgh is the greatest team to ever be assembled. I never agree with those things. But other than that, we agree with you on things.
Yeah, I never said that.
NFC East, toughest division,
Exactly. We don't agree with that.
Okay, so answer me this question. What are show notes for? I just have to put together the show notes. I don't say that you've seen the television where they say the views and opinions expressed by this host are not that of the program or program or however they call it. I have to put together the show notes to ask the questions. And if you all agree with me ever, TJ, this ain't got nothing to do with you right now. But these other 2 characters right here, the jet setters, you know what I'm saying? South of France, Milan, Italy. If you all ever agree with me on anything other than Kobe, yeah, I'd like, nice try, Brother Rich. It's a formality. Okay? Yeah. Absolutely. Some say the Raiders overdrafted Bama tackle Alex Leatherwood. then compounded the gaffe, drafting 4 defensive players in a row, including 3 safeties. The brain cramp award goes to Mike Mayock or John Gruden, Double J.
Wow. You know, because the fact of the matter is, you literally could. That's splitting hairs at this point. I tried to give Chucky a little bit of leeway, and look, man, they signed that dude literally to like a Kanye deal. Like it is for life. And I think, doesn't he own part of the team at this point? You know,
yeah, he should. If he
may as well for that kind of money.
Yeah, exactly. And they signed him that money, and he don't even wear Yeezys. If that was the right shoe I'm thinking of. Oh, okay, my bad. What was you saying? Go ahead. What was you saying?
But the problem is, here's my issue with even just what you suggested, which is they overdrafted an offensive player when they were 10th overall, putting up 27 points a game. Offense isn't your problem. It was your defense. I'm, for one, expecting Josh Jacobs to regress this year. And it just, you're looking at kind of the additions. They continue to add players like, for example, Kenyon Drake, who's not an every down player.
Yeah.
You look at John Brown, which truthfully, I guess somewhat fits the MO of what they were looking for as a slot receiver to get some of the explosiveness in case they couldn't get it out of the young man they had drafted last year at the receiver position, who got hurt in week 1. And believe me, that hurt my fantasy roster because that was a sleeper on my end. But they get Yannick the gentleman
Ngakwe or something like that. Yeah, don't even try it.
And then as we just highlighted, four defensive tackles. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because what you did is your biggest need, you still put second. And you feel.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Remember, it's been a while, but when we had Herm on the show, shout out to my man Herman Arvey, Grambling alum, Browns, Ravens offensive lineman. He addressed that whole need thing by speaking on his own experience when he went to the Raiders. He said, this is the one thing that, and we all, I think, are in agreement about Ozzie Newsome as a general manager.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right.
He said Ozzie's formula was not always necessarily to draft for need. He drafted the best guy available. He said the year they first went, when the Browns left Cleveland, because remember, now Herm was with the Browns when Belichick was here, and then they left, and, went with Baltimore. He said that first year, or I think it was that second year, I'm not sure which one, but within them first 2 years, the year they drafted Jonathan Ogden, go look up who the running back was for that Ravens team, and they had a need.
Jamal Lewis. Oh, before
no. Jamal Lewis. No. They had a need for running back, and they took Jonathan Ogden. So I mean, but to me, I think it's like a, two sides of the coin type deals. Yeah. Do you get the need? Why draft a wide receiver when your offensive linemen are bad? I get you on that, Double J. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I just felt like, go ahead, TJ.
If it's Randy Moss, you better draft him, or Calvin Johnson.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, you get a button. Okay, you got your first button.
But is that what we're saying here, though? Are we saying that lineman is that guy? Because the Lions lineman that they got is considered to be that guy.
You talking about Panay?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Panay.
So
guess what? But guess what, though? Jonathan Ogden was that guy.
No, and that's why I'm saying if somebody else has already drafted that guy, and then to your point, even what Herm said, is that really still getting the best available? You see, and this is what we're going to find out.
So theoretically, when you're going into a draft, do you have one best available, or are there 5 potential possible best availables type, or the next best availables type of deal?
Well, I mean, certainly you could likely pick 5.
Okay.
I would say the earlier you are, the more of those best availables that there would likely be.
Yeah, pan out or whatnot. TJ, same thing, man. The brain cramp, because the way the Raiders drafted, I'm with you. Whether you think it's a need or not a need and what they did, it really doesn't make sense when you try to add it all up. So the brain cramp award goes to who? Mike Mayock or John
The
Gruden?
owner. The owner.
Oh, interesting.
Because
Interesting.
Mike Mayock and Chucky, I don't like
Yeah.
neither one of those people. Far as
Oh wow.
yeah, far as for my franchise, I wouldn't hire neither one of them.
Oh
Chucky.
wow.
Yeah.
He's outdated. Chucky's outdated, and Mike Mayock, he can stay on ESPN.
Both of them good.
Dang. Okay, TJ bringing the noise. All right, you get another
I'm
one.
with
You
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
As you all can see, why I is oh, and we got a comment here. I'm so glad I opened the comment window this time. You know, I'll give myself the button for not doing so last week. My apologies. My man Kevin Laster sends a comment. He said everyone is best available. Do you all agree?
I mean, I think again that the earlier you are in the draft, the more of the opportunity you have. But certainly, that it would be the case. I think the Lions last year was a very good example of that with picking the corner out of Ohio State. And so, generally speaking, yes, if there is that guy, like you pointed out, that Jonathan Ogden out there, you grab him because you know that is a home run. You get a guarantee, and that's truly what has made or break so many franchises and set them back for literally in some cases.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Kevin,
I definitely agree with you.
We all know the franchise. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Here
Shout out to my man.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Keep going.
Shout out to my man Kevin Lassiter for sending us a comment on this live P-roll portion of or edition of the Shop Report at the P-roll Graham. Did I say that right? Probably not. Brother Rich. So, okay, you've heard the question.
Yes.
Who does the brain cramp award? Oh, you are ready to go.
Well,
Okay, go
I
ahead.
guess if you put one half of that half a brain and one half of his half a brain between Chucky and Mayock, you can get a half a brain. So there's not a whole brain even to go. Because let's look at what we're talking about here. This man sat on television and he allegedly examined and reported on and graded talent and interviewed talent. If I recall,
wow, good point. Yeah, good point.
Right?
Good point. Yes,
he
did.
gets a massive contract, never before heard, to come out and be the coach of the Raiders, and it's all the hype is there, and they're ready to do it, and they got the whole team, and this is what they've been waiting on. He fails in his first few years. Now he has to go get somebody else who's been sitting on television in a luxury box, examining quote-unquote talent, allegedly grading players. And many times it's only based on whether I like you or not. They base this on personality ratings. I know you've held Mayock in high regard over the years, but let's be honest, there's a lot of politics in this, and some of these surefire superstars in college turn out to be flameouts in the pros because they don't quite measure up to what we thought they were going to be. So to answer that question, along with this, let's talk about it. Yes, you draft best available if it's best available. But if you have a need at quarterback, and this is the best quarterback available, but not the best player available, you would be kind of out of your league. You would be hurting your franchise to then go, I don't need safety, but this is the safety, throwing that out there. That's the best player. Let's say Deion Sanders is the best player in the draft, but I need a quarterback. So I need to get the best quarterback in the draft. In that circumstance, I need to draft what for need. But if the best player in the whole draft is somebody, and I know it's a surefire, can't miss player like a Tom Brady, if we knew what we knew today, you got to draft him no matter what.
You know, and that's kind of both Kevin's point that he made earlier. And
hold that thought, Double J.
Okay,
hold that thought, because Kevin, Mr. Laster brought up another good point. I'm going to put it on the screen here. Can you all see the comment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's saying, and a shout out to Mr. Laster again for shooting us another comment. He says, if the first player you pick is the best available and you lose out on said player, the next player then becomes the best available.
Facts.
Okay, good deal. My man, y'all mean, listen, we got folks on the outside, on the inside, all of this is going down. We got my man TJ. I told you how that's right. It's the shop.
Yeah,
report.
I see it. Y'all playing hardball.
Yeah, get it.
That's
Get it right.
correct. It's a top report. I stand correct.
Wow. Dang. You know what I'm saying?
I stand corrected, sir.
Yes, yeah. Correct yourself. Correct
I did.
yourself.
I quickly did that, sir.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We do things. You know what I'm saying? That
Don't have them send me a letter from Dallas.
Kettle mail.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, send it kettle mail. I probably won't get it for a couple years.
Yeah, you just love the buttons, don't you? You just love the buttons. Okay, yeah, this guy here loves the buttons. Yeah, and then but you see with your comment right there, brother Rich, just lets me know that I'm not alone in the fact, and this is a fact, that my mind, like a 68, like the transmission of a 68 Buick, is slipping. Okay, it's slipping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got company. All right, you know what I'm saying? So we can slip down together and fall down and roll down the hill. All right, it's all to the GO. Last for the AFC West. Will the Chiefs rebuild offensive? Oh no, Double J, my bad. You were gonna make a comment. My bad. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just reemphasizing exactly that point about what Kevin had made, and Bro Rich was saying as well about just kind of the quarterback safety thing. So yeah, we're on the same page here.
Okay, got you. I'm the only one on the back page. Sorry, goose.
Pretty much, like usual. Hanging out
on the last page.
Still slipping.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is Brother Rich. You I mean, your buttons are adding up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like the AARP card. You've been denied. Man. Although you anyway, anywho, I'm a digressionize on that one. Double J. Where was I at? Oh, will the Chiefs, man, this is what I'm trying to tell you right here. Senility is real, okay? Don't get it twisted. Will the Chiefs rebuild offensive line, put them solely, even though I know we discussed them a little earlier here, but put them solely back in the driver's seat?
Well, I certainly think so. You go through who they added beyond just what they added. You take a hard look at what they had lost, and simply put, they pretty much are still in the positive here. You're talking about a team. I don't know if truthfully, I'm still one of those that are kind of flipping coins over if Mahomes truly was healthy, would that result that we had seen in the Super Bowl would that have been the same? We're really close to seeing that same duo. With the exception of course, the land crashing the party as we projected. But with that being said, in respect to the division, there is really no one that can outlast them. They would be defeating themselves.
Got you. TJ, what say you? The Chiefs rebuilt their offensive line. They a shoe in?
Is that with the OT Orlando Brown?
Is it? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They was already in the driver's seat. You know, Patrick Mahomes, he Aaron Rodgers 2.0. So you can't lose with him. And you got the Tyreek. Come on, man.
RB just had chest pains hearing that. You know.
Yeah, TJ, you made the.
If the Browns was in that division, I'd be scared, man.
What?
To be honest, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But even though the Browns played them tough, and you making the comparison to Aaron Rodgers. Oh, we don't do that here. We don't do that here, Mr. All-time accolades. No disrespect to the man. The man got hardware accolades. He got trophies and plaques and all that kind of stuff. But what seems to be, so conveniently left out when we discuss it, Mr. Aaron Rodgers,
coaching?
His
management,
his record in the NFC Championship.
Well, why
okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't argue that. He should have won last year.
Yeah.
What about his help around him? He can't go recruit players.
He has the best receiver.
Yeah, but he can make everybody. Hey, but I tell you what, though. I tell you what.
He makes everybody else around him better. What did Randall Cobb do after he left, or anybody else? Donald Driver and
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, listen. All I know is, if we're going to mention Aaron Rodgers in the same breath as those aforementioned, the Montanas and anybody else you want to think of that had the accolades and the rings and so on and so forth, like we just talked about last week when Joe Montana got in the huddle and all his other players were worried about whether or not if they were going to win the Super Bowl. But Joe Montana said, "Who's paying for dinner?" Okay. I'll say this. Tom Brady had a lot to do with Aaron Rodgers last year in the NFC Championship, getting the ball back 3 times.
In a row.
We all know.
Why is that though? Come on. Like, let's look. I'm not going to be RB here, but at the same time, I am, because who's he throwing to?
Listen.
Talk about Adams. He's quadruple teamed.
Hey, but listen. Ho.
You've given the man no help whatsoever. You've drafted running backs in the 3rd round and then let them walk after their rookie contract.
They have a nice running back.
Hey, listen. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that the guy.
The Packers are a 3-13 type of team when you take him out of their roster.
Okay, but
Devontae Adams there. I don't give a darn.
Okay,
but
hold on.
Take Rodgers out. They are trash.
But hold on. Let me say this. Let's go back to when Eli Manning beat him. You can't. Aaron Rodgers cannot keep winning NFL MVPs, keep going 15-1, keep winning, throwing for 65,000 yards in a season. He can't keep piling up all these accolades. He's not throwing the ball to himself.
You're right. And that's why it's such a shame that the franchise wants to move on from.
Okay, well, explain.
They are going to get a very rough taste of reality. This is finally.
I don't disagree.
They are, this is dude from UCLA is not it. If he was it, as we discussed when we went through the NFC North, that if he was it, he would have already been there. And Rodgers, when he wanted to do his diva stuff, would have already been on his way out to a new scooter, and they would have had cameras.
Let me ask Double J something.
Hold on, TJ. Let me throw this out here right quick. Okay. The Packers with Aaron Rodgers and 5 NFC Championships appearances are 1-4. Are we going to say that he ain't had no help in 5 trips?
Yes, absolutely.
How did he get there?
There?
Who helped him get there?
Literally himself. That is how far it's it now. It doesn't hurt that he has a horrible, for the most part, in throughout those years, the NFC North itself was trash. The Lions were at some point during those years didn't win a game. The Vikings have Kirk Cousins. I mean, and who else?
Stop.
I mean, come on. You're talking about the Bears that had Jay Cutler and then Mitch and just bum after bum at the quarterback position. And so what did you expect? You got basically a free.
What did Jay Cutler do in his only NFC appearance?
Nothing.
His only NFC Championship appearance. He went to a Super Bowl.
No, that was Rex
I'm sorry.
Grossman.
My bad. I'm about to say Rex Grossman. My bad. My apologies. Well, okay, well, let me.
Come on, man. They were carried by that defense in 06. We know that.
Okay, and TJ, I'm gonna let you get to your question. Okay, well, let me put it this way then. We know, regardless of the name, football is a game of what more than anything? Extra possessions. He got 3 more possessions than anybody else.
But Tampa's defense, look, this is just like Peyton's Denver team. Peyton's arm was throwing ducks out there that year.
So let me.
The defense that carried him that final season. He needed that thin air in Denver to make his ball go from 5 to 10 yards.
I'm not buying that because hold on. You bringing up Peyton Manning? Let me throw this in the thing. Go look up the year Peyton Manning broke an NFL record for touchdown passes in a season. Go look at who, and he had help. And what happened when he ran into Bill Belichick in the playoffs?
Defense. He ran into a defense.
Listen, you cannot break the NFL. Oh my God, break the NFL passing record for touchdowns and only get 3 points. You have to.
You mean kind of like Dan Marino?
Hey, and listen, and I don't know.
You mean kind of like Dan Marino, who got all them records and is one of the finest specimens of a quarterback protege ever existed and never won anything in his life.
First $100 million quarterback.
Is that what you're talking about?
Listen, but guess what? We don't make excuses for Dan Marino either. TJ, go ahead with your question.
Hey, Double J. So, Pro Football Focus got Green Bay as a top 10 defense last year. So he had a good defense. He did, and then he had a good running game also. But that wasn't my question. My question was, so if I'm gonna use my boy Goat James, if he had 3 possessions and they played defense, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
go ahead, TJ. What was
Because
you
we're
saying?
not allowed to curse on this program, are we?
No, we're not allowed to use profanity.
No,
We just did.
Listen,
Oh,
so I use Michael Jordan or Kobe, whoever you want me to use. But
Fantastic.
my point is, if they had 3 possessions and on defense they stopped the other team for 3 possessions and they were down 1 in the finals, okay, and they got stopped but they couldn't score and they lose the game, is it any excuse for them?
ooh, good one.
Here's the difference. Here's the
The
difference.
young fella is bringing.
They're the ones
out.
going and laying up the ball. They're the ones
Facts.
taking the shot.
Fact.
He needs someone to catch that ball.
Fact. Also,
No, but no.
He's not. Hey, he's
that's a nice
sticking
try
it
that
to
was getting.
Steve Kerr.
No. What he's
Nah,
saying is,
or-
who gonna catch all the flack?
Listen
That's what
though,
he's saying.
he said somebody need to catch the ball. I agree. So Devontae Adams, I know y'all a little older, but on Madden he got a 99 rating. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, thank you.
There's no doubt Devontae Adams is good, but who else is there? Like
Man,
man, if you look at their receiving core in the middle of last year, it was atrocious. Like
But
they
who
had
gets
dudes that like Valdez, Scantling, like who? Like
But
come
who
on,
gets all-
man.
who gets
And
all
he's
the
getting them over
fanfare?
1,000 yards because they're trash. You and I, this whole group could go line up out there, and we're all pro.
now that was where I was going to ask the question. Is it his talent that allows you to be that prolific of a receiver? So what happened? What we need to examine is what's the record of receivers when they leave him, and why do receivers like playing with him?
Every last one of them has
So
never
wait a
done
minute.
anything.
So
That's my point. That's my point. So there is something to be said for, and we've discussed this on this program, for the prolific talent on the team. The thing about Aaron Rodgers is that no one can deny that as it relates to being a prolific quarterback, what a quarterback is supposed to do, he's very good at it. Now, whether or not we can argue whether or not he's had the best assemblage of talent around him, but you can't deny his individual talent. We're not
Nobody's
denying
doing
that.
that.
But
What
we're saying is that he may not, it may be that his talent is such, like Double J is saying, that it carries the people around him further than they themselves. It's not necessarily their talent, it's the fact that they're playing with that kind of player that allows them to be that kind of quarterback, run those kind of routes and get open that quickly when he's able to release the ball that quickly and get it to
Okay, well, here's my answer to that.
Let me rebuttal to that.
Unfortunately, all of that stuff is true, fact. But it's real interesting how all of that happens, and he carries them all the way till he get to NFC championships.
Because then you're playing the best of the best. You're not playing
you can't front no more.
You're playing you can't front. We got you.
Everybody in the play.
Come on now.
No.
Come
on, man.
You only got to win 3 games.
The NFL is not some random
Not
thing.
5 times.
No. But
Not
Jay,
5 times.
Then
You can't make an excuse for a guy 5 times.
No, we're not. No, I'm not making
Hey,
it.
Jay, who's on that list? Them 5 L's. Who's on that list?
Eli Manning, me, you, Double J, and Brother
Oh,
Rich.
stop.
And the Buffalo Bills. Don't forget
Come on,
them.
man.
Yeah,
How many
the
of those?
Buffalo
How many
Bills.
of those L's went to Super Bowl winners?
Fact.
I don't know.
Probably
But
all
listen,
of them.
You cannot mention Aaron Rodgers for all his proposed and alleged greatness, however you want to put that, and leave that part out.
Well, see, here's the thing I want you to be worried about with this.
So hang on, but if we just all agreed in unison that this is the difference, him single-handedly is the difference of them being a number 1 draft pick team versus a NFC championship team, how does that not speak volumes and make the case for us?
No, I don't agree with that.
And I would
You really think the rest of that team is
I don't
that
agree
good?
with that.
And I like
Why
to use
has no
basketball analogy.
receiver ever left that team and done anything?
And
Anything.
here's the basketball.
I'm talking about over
Listen.
10 years.
Here's a basketball analogy. I want to introduce this. Think of AI, the year AI himself took the team to the finals. Everybody on that team, their game was improved, and some of them made bonuses that they performed at higher standards that year.
No.
Oh, that's a fact. Every
No.
player on that team
No.
that year, because AI, but he couldn't take them past Kobe and Shaq. because he could get them to a certain point. But when it comes time to, oh no, all we got is you. It's just you. Nah, that's
be
what
rich,
you
be rich.
Yeah.
But Kobe and Shaq wasn't waiting at the title game every time for Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't a Kobe and Shaq type of thing.
No. But here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they were.
Eli Manning is definitely Eli, not Dan Marino.
No, Eli Manning. Here's the thing. Let's be honest about the Giants. Eli Manning at no time was the core of what made the Giants a great team. It was their defense. It was the prolific offense that was around him. It was never about Eli Manning. All Eli Manning used to do. No. Let's be real. Let's keep it real.
No. We want to talk about offense. Listen, hold on.
We want to ignore the facts.
Hold on. Plaxico was a star somewhat. But
somewhat.
Then Plaxico was the star.
Man, Plaxico was a nice receiver.
Okay,
the Giants were a cast of characters at that time. They had a defense, they had an offense, they had special teams.
Compare Manningham to anything Aaron Rodgers ever had.
Oh, Mario Manningham, stop it.
That's what I'm saying to you. And he made a play to win the game. He made a play. Eli threw passes to him, and they won it. Man, I'm listening.
You're not talking about a prayer catch.
You're talking about
a lifetime catch.
Man, Aaron Rodgers is an immense talent.
Why were they even
tired of hearing about Aaron Rodgers and all his greatness?
Are you actually discussing Aaron Rodgers and Manning in the same conversation? Are we really putting them in a scale where we're comparing them?
They don't belong in the same sentence.
Because he's got 2 rings. He's got more than Rodgers.
No, but what I'm saying, as far as from an individual talent standpoint,
and he beat. Who'd he beat? Who'd he beat?
He beat Brady. He did beat Brady.
Yeah, he beat Brady. Yeah, he did.
But his team beat Brady. It never was about him. It was his team. That's what I'm saying here today. It was never about him as a quarterback. All they needed him to do was, look, just don't throw the ball away. Just throw it. It was like the year Baltimore won the Super Bowl. We know it.
Right. Are we talking about Trent Dilfer now?
History is going to forget that he was the quarterback of that team. Because they will remember Ray Lewis and that defense.
That's right.
Listen.
Won that Super Bowl. Just like when Denver just won with the other Manning, all he had to do, look, he went there like Double J said.
Von Miller, all that.
That was Von Miller's ring.
O.C. Umanure, come on,
hold
man.
on. I'm not. And listen, all those are facts. But is Aaron Rodgers considered elite?
Without a doubt.
He is.
Okay, then.
But Kobe was elite.
I don't want to hear nothing about he's 1-4 NFC championships.
But Kobe was elite until he got Gasol, until he got players around him that were committed to doing
more
it.
Than he lost.
What did LeBron do with Desada Job?
Okay, so listen, but at the end of the day, though, so now Aaron Rodgers won more MVPs than Kobe. See,
well, that's politics. I don't deal with MVP.
Okay, I got you.
That is politics. We don't have time to get into that.
Devontae Adams is a stud.
He is a stud. Yeah, he is a stud. Exactly.
Yeah, we're not saying he's not. They got some good players. We're not saying they don't have good players
for that.
Yeah.
We're not debating whether they have good players. We know they got good players.
Ain't always been surrounded by bums in 5 NFC championships appearances.
Where's
I'm not buying that.
Where's
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Now, listen. Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. The next time, here's the deal. If he win a Super Bowl, I want to hear about how great the team was. I don't want to hear nothing because
he's not going to win a Super Bowl, but we're not worried.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's on the next. As soon as they fail, they are waiting to
he's out of
behind.
Yeah.
With a cardboard box.
Yeah, got you. This went a little longer than 2, but as always, I love it. Okay, we're going to move right along on to the NFC West. Lord have mercy. My gosh. And the NFC West, of course, consists of Aaron Rodgers. Man, stop it. And no disrespect to my Packers fans, but y'all know how I get when I hear nonsense.
I'm going to tag about 5 of them.
Yeah, please do. In the NFC West, we have
the slander.
Okay there, Mr. Joey Logano. You know what I'm saying? You come back from a race, you know what I'm saying? What, you all revved up? All righty then.
Firing on all cylinders, as they say.
Mm-hmm. TJ, you hear this? TJ, you see, this is what I go through every week.
Man.
Okay, I tried to tell you, okay?
So if y'all can make excuses for A-Rod, I can make excuses for LeBron. That's all I want. We in agreement. We in
That's
agreement.
exactly what they'll be is excuses. That's
No,
what
I'm
he
just
needs.
saying. It's something make him like that.
I mean, the man. I'm not.
Yeah, we're talking
You
about-
making excuses like a mom for a school kid. Come on, make your
stop
excuses.
it.
We gonna need him on this
Stop it.
program.
Hey,
Trust me.
listen.
Stop, be rich.
I'm not a fan of, but what the man, I'm in agreement with the man said. If you can agree with Double J on everything, I can agree with TJ sometimes. Okay, anyway, in the NFC West, we got the Arizona Cardinals, or are they in Los Angeles now? See, that seems to be the place that everybody's going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. The South Compton, Oakland Rams. The San Francisco Bay Area 49ers, or was it Pasadena 49ers? Well, I'm just trying to figure out whose team y'all got right now. And while we at it, we might as well call them the what? Let's see. What we gonna call the Seahawks for this case, huh? The Sacramento Kings. I'm just saying, the Sacramento Hawks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, those are the 4 teams that make up, of course, the NFC West. So TJ, we're gonna start with you on this one. According to this publication, the one I just held up a little while ago, Lindy Sports, top to bottom is the NFC West. Oh boy, here I can already hear it now. Still, and I underlined, still the best division in football. And when exactly, if that's the case, did that happen? That's what I said. When I read it.
We know why you.
They make a good case. It's some good football over there, man. I gotta agree. I don't know when it happened. I gotta see. Like probably when Kyler Murray got over there. That's probably when it happened.
That's possible.
Because you know the Seahawks, 49ers, they've been doing their thing for a minute now.
Right.
You know? So and then the Rams defense. Oh, Aaron Donald. Bruh.
Don't forget his boy. Don't forget his boy.
But listen, hold on.
He knows.
I gotta keep it a buck. But the Browns been playing the hardest division before that for a long time.
Okay, that's fair.
For a long time.
That's fair. That's fair.
Palomalu, Ed Reed, and all them boys.
The opposite of Rodgers, right?
That's
now we about to eat.
That's please. Oh, here we go. TJ.
Yes, sir.
Give me your thoughts right quick on Matthew Stafford.
Oh man, no.
What a surprise that we started again. What a surprise.
Just like Dak, just like Dak Prescott, he get a lot of garbage points. That's how I feel about him. They get a lot of garbage.
You didn't tell us how brilliant this young man was. This is a brilliant young man.
TJ,
he's a brilliant young man. You didn't tell us how brilliant.
Double J. You like the Cowboys?
Me?
Who
our host.
Yeah.
No. Our host like the Cowboys.
Absolutely not.
So who like the Cowboys?
The man in the top screen right here. Our host like the Cowboys.
TJ,
he's got a residency.
TJ, do you ever hear me
talk?
TJ, do you ever hear me talk about liking the Cowboys?
No, I'm just saying, but Dak get a lot of garbage points, and so do Stafford. Like, come on.
Don't say that to that man.
Really, TJ? Let me see. I was on your team just for about 5 seconds. I had to get out real
He just jumped off, TJ.
I'm not going to argue that. It's facts.
Let me say this to you. Like somebody used to say on a very popular TV show, why it was, I don't know. They used to call it what? The Apprentice. You're fired. You are fired.
Hey, Jay. Look, though, Jay.
No, I'm done with you, man. You done went back on their side. I'm done with you. You done went over there to the other side. Oh, it's all good. I'm so used to being so long. Okay, we're gonna have to get y'all all y'all own show. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Brady Bunch.
Stafford gonna ball out this year because he got a defense. He got a defense. So it ain't gonna be.
I knew you were waiting for that. I knew it was coming.
Absolutely. Okay, so TJ, now you know what I'm saying, I put you. I don't celebrate it, but I put you on the
They gifted him a Ferrari, man. So he should do good this year.
Okay. Same thing to you, brother Rich. Is the NFC West still top to bottom the best division in the NFL? And when did that happen?
Without a doubt, and it's always been in the running. It's always been active. It's like a volcano. It's always near active. It may be dormant for a season or two, but it's always there bubbling active, because as long as there's football in San Francisco, that team is one of the blue bloods of professional football. It's always going to be attractive. It's like a West Coast New York Yankees kind of franchise.
Oh, I just knew you were going to mention that. See what you all made me do to my pen?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm coming apart over here at the seams. Unbelievable.
It's all that cowboy hate that, we've been giving you, that you got to hold yourself together. You taking it out of the pulpit.
Yeah, some people drink tequila. I drink motor oil, and this is the reason why. Double J, same thing to you. NFC West is the still, as the Lindy's pointed out, or in their opinion, the best division in football. And again, when exactly, in your opinion, did that happen?
Well, I'm glad you emphasized my opinion, because if it were up to you, of course, the NFC East was the toughest division and is the toughest division.
Oh, you want a button for that? Yeah. What were you saying?
But prior to, of course, the AFC North being so prominent with, of course, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and then, of course, you even had Cincinnati in the mix, for years. At this point, this is very much a 4-wide race, if we're going to go NASCAR here.
Right.
And running through that finish line, who is going to get there? These teams are loaded. You look at amongst the depth chart for each position, not just limited to skill positions, but literally every position. And it's almost scary to realize that they're going to play each other twice, amongst each of them, to see what type. Truly, it's going to come down to what Bro Rich and I typically talk about, which is execution by way of coaching and adjustments. And that's what will ultimately be even more exciting and encouraging for us, because as you just alluded to, you can make the case for, and I'll save it for Arizona at some point, but you could point to sophomore slumps or people on the hot seats.
Okay. Oh, I get it. Sophomore slump is only applicable in certain situations. Got you. Brother Rich, did you have a turn? You did? You didn't?
Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah, I know. Brother Rich, we'll come to you again for this next one here. True or false? Kyler Murray looks like the new Mike Vick. Now, that's not coming from me.
Right.
I saw this. Oh, my gosh.
Somebody told you a year ago to watch him.
I was going to say that. Double J introduced that to us over a year ago. Yes. And again, you denied when he gave you the ballistic. He kicked the ballistics on this program and he told us all to watch that young man and where he was going and what his potential was. And as he's been living up to it, certainly lived up to it last season, and we anticipate he's going to do that and more this season. Again, barring injury, that young man is absolutely improved. This is Michael Vick 2.0.
Absolutely not. There was nobody like Mike Vick. Not Randall Cunningham.
Was the past. Okay. You're right. There was nobody. Was a pass
at Virginia Tech.
We're talking about what he is today in the present.
Kyler Murray is nice. He's not, but to say he's Mike Vick, can we just let him be Kyler Murray?
Okay, but then why is that asked? If that question is in the public domain, we have a right to look at it and query it and examine it and say, okay, is there a comparison there? That's all we're saying is that there's a comparison that brings one to mind of Michael Vick, and we absolutely agree that he's the modern day Michael Vick. Absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it from Roman J. Israel Esquire himself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got Denzel Washington on the Pro EP program today.
Just like Kobe was the modern day Michael Jordan and LeBron is the modern day Magic. Excuse me.
Absolutely not. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask TJ. Do you agree? Oh, well, you know what? Let me say this. My bad. Yeah. Well, okay. Kyler Murray, does he look like, the new or next Michael Vick, TJ?
In some ways, but it's a lot of quarterbacks in the league right now, like they're scary with their feet and their arms. So mean,
Okay, good point.
seriously, like Russell Wilson,
Yeah, he's still there. He still got it.
they
Yeah, he still
kill you
got
with
it.
both. So it's like that's what the game becoming now, man. I
Yeah,
just feel
and
like
Lamar
I'm scared of
Jackson.
everybody who can run.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Double J, same thing to you. This Kyler Murray, I don't even know I'm even asking the question because I already know what your answer is. His brother Rich like Roman J. Esquire Israel Part 2. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is here. Part 2. Okay. Yeah. It's either new Mike Vick.
Of course he is.
Oh,
He
Paul?
was
Surprising.
literally a toe injury from
Right.
doing things that had otherwise never been accomplished in the NFL.
Right.
That
Okay.
team, and it's for the better that it didn't happen that early or prematurely, as I would have said, because as we just alluded to, this is the toughest division in football, or at least I'm saying it is for this particular season. And they were going to need everything that they ultimately added. That when you look at the additions of J.J. Watt, and of course we talked about your boy DeAndre Hopkins coming over last year.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
They are a force to be reckoned with, and they shored up where their deficiencies were from a year-over-year standpoint. They're arguably, if somebody's going to knock Tampa off their kind of perch, it would come from that division.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've heard that before. Somebody else mentioned that to me as well. And they say, don't forget Larry Fitzgerald. Even though this is his 150th year in the league, okay, Fitzgerald can still, he can still get it done. You know what? And I'm not saying literally because I know I don't really like the whole comparison thing or whatever. I think it's at times a moot point, pointless or whatever you want to call it. But they say it kind of puts them in the mind frame of a Chris Carter, Randy Moss type of tandem.
No.
Well, no. Randy Moss I saw Randy Moss with 3 catches for 3 touchdowns and 163 yards in the game. Okay. Now you don't get much better than that.
No. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying like Fitzgerald being like the possession type of guy, but can still hurt you somewhat. And then Hopkins being the guy who can,
I'm not even sure if Larry Fitzgerald could be the number 2 receiver on that team this year.
Oh,
I would want him in the slot.
Yeah, Jay, he got you right there.
Yeah. Really, TJ? That's what we doing now?
Hey, listen, ain't no teams. I'm just spitting facts. He got you.
What you? That's what. See what I'm saying? You fired again, man. How many times you gonna get fired in one show?
This young man was so intelligent. This is very.
I know he was a great addition.
Oh wow, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Okay, anyway, and we go on. TJ, we'll come to you since you got all the intelligence and everything. Oh my gosh, the guy graduated from Vanderbilt. How long before Trey Lance pushes Jimmy G out the door? But let me add this. The Niners gave up the number one picks in 2022 and 2023, not to mention a number 3 in 2022, all to move up from number 12 to number 3. Was that too much, TJ?
Is that a 2-part question?
Basically, it's a 2-part question, yes.
I mean, if you think that's the guy, I mean, it's never too much, really. But
okay, that's fair.
But what you say, Jimmy G? Yeah, he's already in Cabo right now.
Wow, really?
I'm just saying.
I hope the 7 viewers that we got, we appreciate y'all still hanging out. I hope you all can see what's going on here. All right, it's a conspiracy illusion. That's what we got here. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, as you also can see, Jay can hold his own. I'm gonna need to take some Tylenol when this is done, but okay, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so TJ, yeah, you saying Trey Lance is that guy, basically, huh? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying Jimmy G, not that guy. He can go.
I love that. Woo.
Wow.
Hey Jay, hey, no offense. I'm just saying. I just know Jimmy G's not the guy. So
okay, all right.
Whoever they would have drafted, I'll be like, oh yeah, he's already on his way to Cabo.
Yeah, that's pretty crafty how you answered that. I see what you did right there. Double J, how long before Trey Lance pushes Jimmy G out the door? After all the movement that the Niners did, you don't need to make the move that they did.
Yeah, the unfortunate reality is, here's the thing, that they lose their defensive coordinator to the Jets, which, give it a year or two, he may be back.
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, I was gonna say I caught that. Yeah.
And additionally, now you're talking about, you could have replaced Jimmy G with a bag of chips, and some would have seen more value in that. So
Doritos or Tostitos, which ones?
I was gonna say,
did you say taquitos? You know what? Oh man, stop it. Just tell me you're gonna say some handicap hot fries. Man, cut it out, man. Y'all done.
But you look at the young group that they brought in, which still shows that John Lynch knows what he's doing outside of this minor, somewhat significant mistake with what he was willing to give up to get Jimmy G to begin with both Lance and then Sermon. Of course, I know you're going to love hearing me say the Ohio State guy, but with the already guys like Brandon Ayuk this year, I expect him to have a fire year. This is going to be a coming out party for him. If last year wasn't any kind of sign of that, when some of these guys started going down around the middle of the season. Again, very difficult division to be in, and you are a wounded duck at the quarterback position, and that's blood. That's chum and blood in the water for the Sharks.
Yeah, interesting how he made the blood in the water, sharks, and all that reference, and he just got done snorkeling off the south coast of France. That was real interesting. Yeah, I like how you threw that in there, Double J. Yeah, way to remind me that I'm picking up poop from Mr. Squirrel, who's taking up residence in my garage. I'm sorry. People didn't know.
In that beautiful mansion you just got.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy for you.
Mansion, they don't even pick up the trash on the right there. What are you talking about?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Too far. He's one of those. Coming that far out in your land to pick up your trash in that mansion. You live too far.
Yeah.
Says the guy that lives in the gated community. Oh, okay. Imagine that.
The only gated community I ever lived in was paid for by the government.
Oh yeah. Tell Joe Montana I said what's up. Anyway, Brother Rich, how long before Trey Lance pushes Jimmy G out the door?
Well, I think that that happened the night he was drafted. Let's be honest. For any other reason other than he was going to be the face of their team at some point in time. And understand, again, we're talking about a glamour franchise, and we're talking about a team that at some point in time needs to be back in the media spotlight. That's a team that media depends on their Sunday evening games to balance the West Coast, East Coast television. Absolutely. The 49ers
or whatever you call it. Yeah,
their base and the money that's out there. That Silicon Valley. That team is a glamour franchise. That team.
What'd you say that was?
That's a glamour franchise. No doubt about it.
No. What'd you say that before that? Silicon what?
Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay. So in other words, you got your own winery. Okay, but I'm the guy that lives. But I'm the guy. Yeah, go ahead. You keep telling us about yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I heard red wines were pretty good this year.
Very
for you. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say that you won't find a good Merlot, but
excuse me. I'm over here drinking Great Kool-Aid. You said Merlot. Okay, yeah.
I'll say this: there's a reason guys like Steve Young have stuck around, and even though his dad, was responsible for him having a quote unquote plan B, his investments that he made within real estate and other things show that area is thriving. And truthfully, you don't need to hear a direct quote from Joe Buck to say that he'd rather be in the Bay than in underwater in Seattle.
Fact.
On Sunday night.
But let's look at Jimmy G. Jimmy G doesn't have to go anywhere.
We don't need to hear Joe Buck and talking about he'd rather be in the Bay. We're looking at it right here. You see Mr. Dodger right there. Mr. Dodger himself, he's in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And Double J, you just came back from there. So yeah, we get it. We hear it and we see it.
Tampa Bay.
But Jimmy G has made it though.
Jimmy.
Let's look at Jimmy G. Jimmy G can sit as a backup and he's good. He's been into modeling. He's lived in the Bay Area now. He's been a celebrity doing all the celebrity dating and all that kind of. He's been doing Hollywood things, so he's good where he is. I'm sure it welcomed Trey Lance. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. All right. And then the last item up for bid on today's P-rogram, or this should I say portion of the P-rogram. Brother Rich, we'll stay with you.
Oh,
Russ Wilson.
Oh,
excuse me.
We're skipping them. Or are you saving them really for last?
You must
saving who for last?
Who am transmission slip?
Who am I? Yeah, it's always slipping. What's your point? I'm just trying.
Are you going to cover your darling Rams with their darling quarterback?
Slow down.
All right.
Slow down. I was setting you up for the setup. But you
that's why we figure you're saving them for. That's what we're saying. We know you're saving them for last of last.
Yes, absolutely, I am. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Mr. LA himself over there is talking. Okay, all right, Mr. Lasorda. Wow. I know you're not laughing.
LA and still riding with the dog pound. Living in LA and still riding with the dog pound.
I know you're not up there laughing.
And you in Cleveland riding with the Dallas Cow Show ponies.
So disrespectful.
Oh, absolutely. That's so disrespectful. I know you're not talking up there, Mr. Kirk Gibson, in the right-hand corner of this screen. Anyway, Russ Wilson was sacked 47 times last year. It was number 3 in the NFL, actually, with a total of 394. Wow. In 9 years. Are we at the beginning of a Hawks rebuild without Wilson, Brother Rich?
Absolute facts. And he indicated as much after the last season when he hinted and he flat out said at one point in time that he feels like he's getting no protection. And look, we know what's happened to him. This has shortened Cam Newton's career. We watched this in present time,
that's true.
Modern day history. This shortened his career. It destroyed the young quarterback in Indianapolis who had to leave the game because he had what was going on with him. And now we're watching it happen to the best years of Russell Wilson's career have been him laying on the ground more than standing upright. That is a fact.
Okay, I'm with you. TJ, same thing. Russ Wilson was sacked 47 times last year. Number 3, of course, in the NFL with a total of 394 sacks in 9 years. Is this time for a rebuild in Seattle without Wilson? TJ, you there? Oh, hold on. Sorry. Oh, I don't know what I did. I don't know if he did it or I did it. You got to unmute your mic, TJ. Oh, boy. I don't even think he know what he did. You got to unmute your mic.
My bad.
Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh.
My setup. Hey, listen. Next time I'm on, I'm going to have it set all the way up the right way. You know what I'm saying?
You've been fired twice. You fired twice already, so you're on your last.
That's because we had a disagreement, and I was right and you were wrong. I'm still waiting on my apology though.
He's a very brilliant young man.
Well, guess what? Keep hope alive. Russ Wilson was sacked 47 times last year.
I want to know who led him astray with the other argument though. But we'll help him out on this show.
Okay, I couldn't tell you. Number 3 in the NFL with a total of 394 sacks in 9 years. Are we at the beginning of a Hawks rebuild without Russell Wilson, TJ?
No, I don't think so. Because anytime you got him, it's like having Brian James, man. You in the race. You know what I'm saying? You in the race.
This is that we're at the comedy portion of the program. I thought we were only doing sports.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Okay. Well, go ahead.
Like I said, we in the race, man. Russell is brilliant, man. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. So,
well, there's no argument there. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that too.
You can't get that up unless they trying to get unless another team is willing to mortgage a lot of draft picks and you don't know where your franchise is going. So.
Yeah, speaking of give or gave, they should have gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Excuse me, sorry about that. Double J. Russ Wilson was sacked 47 times last year, 394 in 9 years. Are we at the beginning of a rebuild without Russ Wilson?
Well, look, defensively, you've heard the rumblings that they could be on the verge of a Legion of Boom 2.0. However, something I want to highlight, despite, as you guys pointed out, that means nothing when it comes to elite quarterbacks with no help. That's not an excuse, apparently. Running
It's
into
not.
a great.
But that's okay because I got this last one. It's going to be.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And so we'll save that for then. However, I want to point out that same Russell Danger Wilson led that same franchise to the most points in their history.
True that.
Despite all of those things you mentioned, they're coming into 5 primetime games.
But he had a defense though, right?
For the Super Bowl?
Boom. We're not giving them credit. Oh, okay, my bad.
Well,
Go ahead.
of course
continue.
we are. Absolutely, we are.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
But
He just don't get any credit in Green Bay. Excuse me.
Here's the thing,
Gotcha.
and like I said they were rebuilding that because they put up the offensively, despite, as you mentioned, he had no line whatsoever. It was like a finish line that you run through, literally.
And it was early on in the MVP
and he
race
was
last year
still
too.
capable of putting up nearly 29 points per game. But the problem was the defense gave up 24. And so he was relied on way too heavily. As he's alluded to, truthfully, it would not surprise me if he shows up to spring training with the Rangers again next year. I would, because the contract negotiations have stalled or are at a snail's pace when you look at those statistical categories and in what we're calling or others have called, certainly not our host, the toughest division in football this year. And I'm sure.
Yeah, you funny. That's the comedy portion Brother Rich was talking about. Matter of fact.
So what I'd like to point out is that despite all of those incredible things, unlike Aaron Rodgers, that only got Russell Danger Wilson a wild card berth.
Oh, did you say something?
He dropped the mic.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. What are we doing here? Last but not least, I will save the best for last.
Buckle in.
Man.
Buckle in here.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes the comedy hour.
This is the rocky portion of the flight.
Yes.
We're hoping that the landing gear comes down.
Yes. Okay. And to set this one up, we got a little bit of traveling music. Hey, that's right. Yes. Here's the question. You are all on the clock. Oh, my bad. I do a bad impression of Jeopardy. I think LeVar should be the host, by the way. But anyway, it's not Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Excuse me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. TJ, we're going to start with you on this one. Seeing how you keep it real.
Up?
But I'm telling you something. Sometimes keeping it real can go wrong. Ask Dave Chappelle. Anywho, is Matt Stafford
Here we go.
Iverson for getting the Rams over the Super Bowl hump this year?
Hold on.
Yeah, you want me to repeat that? I don't have no problem repeating that.
Did you come up with that?
You couldn't even believe he said it, but go ahead and say it again.
Did you come up with that?
The listeners are wondering, like, wait a minute, turn that up. They want to figure out if they're rewind on
Am I on Punk right now? Is this Punk?
Yeah, no.
Hold on, because before you say that, I want to know because it's
I came up with that.
It's two Matthew Stafford questions in one show. I've never seen that ever.
Yeah.
Welcome to the program, like
the program. But guess what though? The second part of the Matthew Stafford part included the actual Rams. Did you get that part? No, you heard Matthew Stafford and you did the same thing Brother Rich and Double J do. Earned yourself a button.
All right, ask it again. I'm sorry. Once you said Matthew Stafford, that's disrespect. You're fired. That's it. Done 3 strikes and don't strike out. You heard what Denzel said. Don't strike out, young fella. Is Matt Stafford the Iverson? Oh my God.
For getting the Rams over the Super Bowl hump this year.
Hey, I'm about to cry, man, because this guy.
You should, nephew. You should really.
This has to be a punk episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what? Well, if you about to cry, guess what? I'm gonna make
I'm
sure.
looking for the cameras.
I agree with you.
I'm gonna make sure Tito hand you some tissue.
I agree with you.
Hey, listen. So you mentioned Stafford and Iverson in the same breath.
Unbelievable.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed.
On the Lord's Day, on the Sunday,
on the Sunday. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Okay. I'm hitting all the buttons.
Jay.
What?
This got to be the comedy section of your show.
No, you three are the comedy section. Could you please, Your Honor, could you please, the witnesses,
Double J, you crying?
Answer the question.
Is Double J crying?
I'm gonna need medical attention with this one, man.
Could you please answer the question? I gotta go make pizza.
You got my answer already.
Oh, in other words, was already understood, need not be, you know what? Absolutely not. So Double J will come to you. Is Matt Stafford the Iverson for getting the Rams over the Super Bowl hump this year? In other words, we saw with Jared Long, or whatever that guy's name is, Jared Goff, and he got him there, but couldn't get him over the hump. Is Matt Stafford the Iverson? Huh? Because I'm promising you, let Chris Paul had went play with Kobe or Iverson play with Kobe, they would have definitely got over the hump. But that's neither here nor over there. Is Matt Stafford. And he's anyway, but you didn't like him when he was playing for the Lions, so I don't know how that worked.
So
go ahead.
Stat Padford is not black.
I like that.
You want to say that again? Yeah, you need to repeat yourself.
So Stat Padford will not be leading anyone to Super Bowl unless it is to be a concierge and liaison at SoFi Stadium.
Oh, wow. That's so disrespectful. You mean the same stadium that you and Brother Rich got season tickets to, but who you going to see? You're not going to see Matt Stafford, huh? Oh, okay. Imagine that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're done with you for now. And you, TJ, and that's it. You fired. Brother Rich, is Matt Stafford the Iverson for getting the Rams over that Super Bowl hump this season?
Well, since it's Sunday, I'm going to close out the Lord's Day with scripture. The prophet Jay-Z says to us that when you argue with a fool, people from a distance can't tell who's who. So I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to dignify that magazine.
So I'm the fool?
No. Listen to me. Whoever would say, whomever it is, that would think that Matt Stafford or Pat Stafford, like he calls him now, would lead the Rams anywhere, must be a fool. So to stand up and have such a discussion with that person would render me to perhaps be confused for a fool. So I don't want to be confused for a fool. So I'm not going to answer that kind of question.
Okay. Guess what?
I'm going to use your line. You know what you said? What's one of your famous sayings? What's already understood need not be discussed.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, fellas, this was a good one today. I enjoy every minute of it and every moment of it. I'll give you a...
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I was born that night, not last night.
Okay? You know what?
Don't ask no question like that no more.
Hey, that's my line. Okay, since it's all funny time, you're fine. You get a pink slip. You get a pink slip. And on that note, it's been fun, but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening.
Hey, nice meeting y'all, man.
Whatever you want, TJ. Despite what he says, you just show up. We'll let you in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, right. Got you. Don't forget to check us out right here on the StreamYard now. We're back network, or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, as well as the Shop's Facebook fan page. And of course, we got a website, theshopreport.com. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my mans B Rich, Double J, and TJ, even though he got fired today, I'm Barbershop J, and you been listening.
My day off.
And all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop J, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.